What's up, everybody? I'm David.
Hey, everybody, and I'm Rebel Son, and together we are Barrels and Son.
So what the is SplitEQ, man?
The SplitEQ. That's a good question, man.
How does SplitEQ make your mixing sound so damn good? In this video, we're gonna show you how to use it to improve things like the clarity, the tone,
The punch in your mix, just one plug-in.
and we're gonna show you ways to just break up with your typical EQ.
Irreconcilable differences.
Right, and we're gonna go from this
I'm powered up for this evening. Blessed here to be breathing. Drop the blue for the season. Believe in self
To
for the
this.
reason. When I was deep in the depths, motivated for tax that made me creep while they slept. See, I just needed to flex.
So we're gonna go through a few examples and show you what makes the SplitEQ so powerful and why you should be using it.
And after this, hopefully you'll be EQing like a boss.
This is what you do with SplitEQ. So I got all my drums grouped together, and I got the SplitEQ here inserted on the group.
All right, so we got the analyzer. You can move the bands around any way you like. Normal EQ stuff.
Yep, you also got the filter types down here. But here's where this EQ gets more than your average. It's got two personalities, transient and tonal. You see, a mix is like a happy marriage between the tonal and transient elements.
A holy matrimonial sound.
Well, unlike a marriage, with this EQ, you can do whatever you want, no compromises. You can isolate just the transient elements on the drums. See the punch, those attacks, those hits, those are your transients. And then it splits that with the tonal elements. So anything with a note value, anything with harmonics or tone.
So when you put them both together, you get the complete picture.
Exactly. So here's how you add more knock, more definition to the drums without adding too much boom. First, I'm gonna bring up just the transients with a low shelf.
Get that knock without adding too much boom.
So now we'll add just a touch of the tonal elements down there. See, if you do this with a normal EQ, you're gonna end up boosting everything down there, and you might not want all that.
Right.
So having a split like this gives you a lot more control over what you're doing. Let's go ahead now and just add a touch of body to the snare real quick. I'm gonna solo this bend. We're just gonna boost the transient here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to catch the sweet spot. Bring out the body. All right, let me show you this. Like, don't sleep on the transient options down here in the split, because with this, we can really fine tune the attack.
Yo, that might work good as a filter effect.
I know, right? So we'll use the decay to tighten up the attack,
Well, yeah, that's super tight.
but then we'll cut the tone at the same frequency to leave room for the vocals. So with that, we can add a little bit more body to the drums without making like a mess. You know what I mean?
Disturbing the force.
You know how you tend to get that boxiness and the 400 or
500
500?
hertz, yeah.
Exactly. A lot of times when you dip that,
You lose a lot of character.
right, you're
yeah.
losing the character of it. So if you just bring down the transients in that area, so with that, you get rid of the boxy ticking.
But keep the soul of the drum.
I'm also gonna bring out a little more crack and a little more slap by boosting just the transients with a high shelf. All right, now you know what? I think I'm gonna leave the tone alone just because I don't wanna bring up all that extra stuff in the top end. I don't want to. So you can just shape what you want without battling, compromise. So what I'm gonna do to finish it off is I'm gonna shape the overall adjustments I made with the transient and tonal sliders right here, just to shape out the right feel in the drums. You know, it's kind of like if a transient designer in an EQ, if they had a baby.
All right, we got them drums sounding good. Let me get a taste.
All right, this is what we'll do. Drop that verse.
Yeah?
And while you do that, I'm gonna shape the vocals out. See where we're at.
It's either cap or mandatory facts. A motherfucker, please, no debt, no frenemies, only real on this frequency. All locks and search your keys. We open see it be the murkiest waters that push the plug for the charger. I'm powered up for this evening. Listen here to be breathing. Drop the blue for the season. Believe in self for the reason. When I was deep in the depths, motivated for tax that made me creep while they slept. See, I just needed to flex.
All right, so immediately I started rolling off the low end. Then the top end sounded a little sibilant to me, so I went for that area. You know, it also sounded a little bit muddy, you know.
Yeah, typical.
Let's get surgical with it. Like, you know that muddiness in the vocal that you get, that you know what I mean?
That what? Did that for the camera?
Why are you trying to clown me? If you're trying to balance out the mud with the presence, what you do is you use the split to dip the muddy tone only.
Cap or mandatory facts. A motherfucker, please, no debt.
Yeah, you hear those
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so we'll just take the tone down a little bit more.
We open see it be the murkiest waters that
Like
push
that.
the plug for the charger. I'm
All right, so now I'm gonna put the transient energy back into it.
cap or mandatory facts. A motherfucker, please, no debt, no frenemies, only real on this frequency.
So we just
All
got rid of the
locks and
muddiness
search your keys. We
to
open
keep the
see
energy.
it be the
It's
murkiest
clean.
waters
Right,
that
we
push
split
the
that
plug
up
for the
between
charger.
getting rid of the bad shit.
And keeping the good shit.
You know, you might also want to try boosting the transient information here on the vocal.
Cap or mandatory
know, with the narrow band.
Please, no debt, no
Just to bring out more body in the vocal.
frequency, all locks and search your keys. We open see it be the murkiest waters that push the plug for the charger. I'm powered up for this evening. Blessed here to be breathing. Drop the bloom for the season. Believe in self for the reason.
All right, speaking of sweet spots, let's try to add a little bit more clarity to this. Let's give it a high shelf. Let's boost the tone up only.
Cap or mandatory facts. A
Bring out more
motherfucker,
clarity and
please,
presence in the
debt,
top
no
end.
frenemies, only real on this frequency. All locks and search your keys.
This is how you de-ess with it and take care of sibilance. What I'll do is bring down all the tonal elements so that we hear only the sibilance. So you just want to take solo and isolate the transients or the greens on this band. Knock it down exactly where the problem's going on.
Frequency, all locks and search your keys. We open see it be the murkiest waters that push the plug for the charger.
Yeah, you hear all that S's jumping out.
Yeah, bro, because you jacked them up.
Yeah.
You need to get them joints under control.
Let me bring the tone back up.
You still got it on solo, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Real on this frequency, all locks and search your keys. We open see it be the murkiest waters that push the plug for the charger. I'm powered up for this evening.
Let me hear that back.
Cap or mandatory facts. A mother, please, no debt, no frenemies, only real on this frequency. All locks and search your keys. We open see it be the murkiest waters that push the plug for the charger. I'm powered up for this evening. Blessed here to be breathing. Drop the bloom for the season. Believe in self for the reason. When I was deep in the depths, motivated for tax that made me creep while they slept. See, I just needed to flex.
Why does the EQ look so weird, though?
To me, it look weird. Does it sound good?
Yeah, it does sound good. I can't lie.
Someone gonna hear the record and be like,
Oh,
oh,
I wonder what the EQ shape looked like.
There will be one person, but everybody else, how?
probably. No, but no one's gonna know what the EQ curve looks like, all right? So don't worry about the shape of it. All right, we also got the ad-libs.
Insert your keys. It be the murkiest waters. Plug for the charger. I'm powered up for this evening.
One trick I like to do is I'll just copy and paste the same EQ that I used on the lead, and I'll put it onto the ad-libs, you know, since we just recorded them right in the same room, the same mic, same time as the lead.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On the second EQ and the ad-libs, though, we're gonna open up and use the pan controls because we got the ad-libs going in stereo. And when it comes to the ad-libs, you know, I like to make sure that they're kind of hugging the lead vocals. You know what I mean? I like them wide, but not too distracting. You know, a lot of times I find myself battling with the pan throughout the mix. You know, at some parts I want it wide, and some parts tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact, man. You be going back and forth with it.
I'm gonna switch these bands on the ad-libs to mid-side, just to shift the presence around of certain frequencies so that there's a separation, and I can also tailor the space. Let's pan the highs out to the sides a little bit more.
Be the murkiest waters. Plug for the charger. I'm powered up for this evening. Blessed here to be breathing.
Oh, okay, you going super wide.
Yeah, let me dial it back a little bit more.
When I was deep in the depths, that made me creep while they slept.
You see that, how I'm tailoring its position in the space?
I got you.
Rocking with the paper. In a world full of villains. How long can heroes last?
I love these pan controls in addition to this EQ, just because it's giving me that flex for the vocals. You know what I mean? I can get them nice and snug.
Yeah, you can hug that lead.
Right. On the addies, I want them to sound like they're around you.
cap, a magistrate fact, some mother please, no debt, no frenemies, only real on this frequency, all locks and search your keys. Cap, a magistrate fact, some mother please, no debt, no frenemies, only real on this frequency, all locks and search your keys.
Sick, man.
I'll set a basic width for him, but then I'll tweak the pan elements and tailor the ad-libs and paint the vocal space with the split EQ. All right, let's get to the instruments of the track now. Let's see how we can make those sound better.
We got this Metatron organ going, courtesy of Frank Dukes. Shout out to Bloodsport.
Now let's hear it in context of the mix. I'm powered up for this evening. Let's hear it.
It's still just a little bit too dirty.
We could try turning the volume down on it.
Was deep in the depths, motivated for tax that made me creep while they slept. Yeah, but now it's kind of gone.
Right.
Just not sitting right.
The first thing I'm gonna do is carve out that transient resonance. All right, then we're gonna take care of some of that mud, some of that boom. All right, and then I'm gonna take this band here and boost the tonal elements. Let's try to find a sweet spot in the mid-range. All right, and then I'm gonna take this band, boost the tonal elements. I'm gonna go a little bit wide. We're gonna try to brighten this up a little bit.
Man, put some sunshine on that.
I'm gonna keep referencing back and forth with the mix as I make adjustments. Just to keep checking where I'm at. All right, and I also think I can use a little bit more sheen. I'm gonna bring up the top end a little bit more. I'm gonna bring up the tone. But then I'm gonna cut down on the transients to cut down on that harshness. All right, man, I'm pretty good with it right there. What you saying?
Yeah, definitely an improvement, man. Let's hear the before and after.
All right, here we go.
Powered up for this evening, blessed here to be breathing. Drop the bloom for the season, believe in self for the reason. When I was deep in the depths, motivated for tax that made me creep while they slept. See, I just needed to flex, and I.
So it's like you're taking a little salt out of something that was already cooked in.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. All right, before we head out, let me show you one more thing you can do on the instruments just to give your vocals a little bit more space in the mix. I've got the split EQ on all my instruments now.
It's either cap or magistrate facts.
I'm gonna use the pan controls to spread things out a bit, and I'm gonna relieve more mid-range for when the vocals drop. And on the pan controls, I'm gonna automate these, and I'm gonna tailor it so that they spread out right when your vocals drop. All right, so what I'll first do is I'll automate the transient pan control. Then we'll automate the pan on the tonal. And we'll widen this one out a little bit more. We'll widen this one out a little bit more. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play these back just to see how wide each band is gonna go for when the vocals drop. And basically what these are gonna do is they're gonna spread out and make room for your vocals when they come in and watch.
It's either cap or magistrate facts.
Super useful for giving the characters of the story a presence on the stage. So experiment with different pan positions to find the sweet spot that sits perfectly within your mix. So you made it to the end of the video. Hopefully we upgraded your EQ game.
Just when you think, what the hell else could you do with an EQ? There it is.
And before we head out, make sure you check the link below to get involved with SplitEQ.
So you can start EQing like a boss.
Right. If you like the video,
give us a like, subscribe to the channel.
Push that like button 60 million times.
Stay involved.
That's right. Until next time.
Thank you for watching.